Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, to the Tiki Chatter podcast. Today, I am joined with Tyler.
Hello.
And Lucas.
Hello.
And I am obviously Phil. You know, you recognize my voice from places such as the Tiki Chatter podcast.
So they might not recognize it because your mic kind of sucks.
That's true. Yeah, I have a one-time only mic today, so I apologize.
It's okay, Phil. I'm sure they can still.
Oh, that intro was terrible.
Hey, no one could live up to what Clark does.
Plus, you were supposed to do it, you ginger freak.
Yeah, we voted that you were going to do it.
Wow, that intro was really awful. I'm just going to say
Would you like to try to do better?
Terrible.
Yeah.
No, it's already ruined. The moment is already past this man.
Yeah, when you talk, you ruin my day, so there you go, freak.
How you guys doing?
Since I saw you a couple days ago, pretty good.
Yeah, same. I have been doing great, except the second half of this weekend. Some stuff has gone down, and I'm triggered.
We'll get into that.
Yes, we will. But the rest of my weekend was wonderful.
Like the first half?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first half was like the Chargers. My whole weekend was like the Chargers game versus the Saints. You know, the first half really good, really strong, and then the second half just choked and I lost, ended up losing. So, yeah. Hey man,
where do we want to start?
Dude, first I want to say that before this episode, Tyler and I did fist fight, and I did win. So,
yep, interstate fist fight.
Yep, we fist fighted with words.
No, actually, we fist fought with emojis.
Yeah, with emojis, yeah. Yep. He used the clown emoji, which I'm not gonna lie, that always hits me hard. I just went in with the punching glove, steam coming out of the nose emoji. He was in my corner. But I think the clown emoji, it always wins, man. You just see it.
And I put it right before the eyes too, so it was looking right at the clown.
Yeah. Forgot about that part.
Yep. All right.
So what's the whole beef?
All right. Well, I guess we'll just go back we'll go back to the beginning. So we went golfing this weekend. This weekend was my birthday, so I went home and celebrated with my family, and actually a lot of my friends at school were going home too, so it wasn't a big deal. And actually, we were supposed to go to the place that we went to the first time we ever golfed, but Lucas had some issues.
Many complications.
Yeah, with making sure that he could get home based on his COVID test. So, like, when he told us that he wasn't going to be able to come home, and so I canceled his spot in the reservation because
I thought that was it. I thought I wouldn't be able to.
I didn't think. I'm like, oh, okay, like there's no reason to wait. Like Lucas said that he couldn't come home, and then he found out that he could come home. So then I went to go add a third person to the thing again, and all the spots had been taken. So we had to find a different place. And we ended up going to the place that we golfed at. I don't know. I've been there 4 times. Lucas has been there. This was his 3rd time there.
Yeah. And
the last time all 3 of us were there, we just played the back 9. Or no, we played the front 9. Because we could we weren't allowed to play the back 9 because there was like a tournament going on. And so we asked if we could play the back 9, and it was all good. And so we were going to hole 10, and there's like this group in front of us. And so we were going to have to wait for them. And then there's this guy that like paid in front of us. He must have had the same tee time as us because we were only a group of 3. And there was a 4th in the group. And so it must have been him. And so he was teeing off on the 11th tee, just going ahead. And he like called us over, and we ended up playing with him. His name was Jim. He was a pretty cool dude. I don't know. I thought he was pretty cool. But he I don't know. Phil, you said your like opinion over him like fluctuated.
It did because he was a nice guy. He was never meaning to annoy or anything. But when I play golf, I know I suck, and I'm just trying to get out there to have a good time. And almost every swing that I had that he was watching, he like gave me tips and pointers, and that annoyed me a little bit because I didn't care. But he turned out that.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Like you played so well on Sunday.
That's true. That's true.
You had some insane shots.
Yeah,
and
your
it was
irons
definitely
were so
because
good.
of Jim.
Yeah, it was.
Even though your swing is so weird, like you got your legs like spread so far apart.
Your whole stance is just kind of weird.
Your toes are like pointed outward, and like that's how you like get and you can't crouch from that position. So like he kept telling you like, oh, you gotta. He's like crouch, and he's like, but like you couldn't crouch from that position because your legs were so spread far apart. And then he was talking about how like your right elbow was so good, and that you just need to fix your left elbow. And he's like, oh, you're gonna be a great golfer someday. And I don't know, he was pretty chill. I mean, sometimes he did get on our nerves, but I mean, it like I can definitely dedicate some of my good shots to him because he did help us all with our game, which is nice because I mean we've only been playing for a couple months now.
Yeah.
And he's been playing for years. All right, so so was I the first person who he said this to? No, he might have said to Lucas first.
What was it?
The $23 shot.
I don't know who he said it to first, but he said it to me.
I know he said it to
twice.
Me before Thatcher, because I remember when he said it to Thatcher. I don't remember when he said it to Lucas, but
so I don't know. All of us had a $23 shot. I think Lucas had two of them. We don't exactly know what it meant, but Lucas, you looked it up on Urban Dictionary, and you got
nothing golf related came up, and I'm not sure if you want to explore any deeper than that. But let's just say
depends on if you'd like to read it.
I'm not going to read that out. You can if you want.
No, I'm not gonna. If you're interested,
if you're curious, you can.
If you're curious, then the only thing that remotely resembles a $23 shot is $1 million shot, and if you want to look it up, it's on Urban Dictionary. But we're not the ones who told you to go there. So,
when I look it up, all I see is it says when you put $1 million into a gun and then you pull the trigger. What's so?
Oh yeah. Oh, Lucas, you're an idiot. What were you reading about?
Yeah, Lucas, what?
Must have been a mix-up.
Must have been recommendations based on your past searches or something.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so on the, I don't know. Oh, so he had to take 2 phone calls, and it was his ex-wife apparently, and he was like, "Oh, I think like he started playing like poorly, and he's like, oh, I have to stop giving you guys pointers, or else you guys are gonna beat me." He's like, "Oh, that's my last tip," and like he started playing poorly too. And he's like, "Oh, I think it's the 2 calls from my ex-wife that are putting me in a bad mood, and I'm not playing well now." And we're like, "Okay."
When he said that, I wasn't sure like how hard I could laugh, but I really wanted to laugh because that was hilarious.
He also smoked, which was kind of annoying.
Yeah, he dropped the F-bomb more than.
Oh my god! Literally every sentence. I feel like an average of once a sentence is fair.
Yeah, definitely.
The 17th hole, he asked us how old we were, or no, he asked if any of us were 21. And we're like, "Oh no, we're all 18 and 19." And then on the 18th hole, he was like, "Oh, if any of you guys beat me on this hole, not tie, beat me, then I'll buy you all burgers and Cokes." And I sent mine kind of into the woods. Lucas sent his over the woods and landed.
I hit my 6 iron. The hole, how far was it? Was it like 200 or 180?
It was like 180.
So I hit my 6 iron. It probably ended like 5-10 yards short of the pin, but it was so far right. I was like just on the edge of the woods where I could play it. I thought I was out when
Yeah,
I hit
I
it.
thought
Though.
you
I
were-
went over the tree.
Well, yeah, no, because I was like, it could be, and I was like, he did hit it over, and
I had no faith.
then Jim's like, yeah, over into more woods. I was like, I don't know. I mean, it could open up down there, and it did open up. And then Phil hit a nice shot too. So we had like
Yeah.
3 good chances, but then he gets up there and he puts it on the green.
Yeah,
So,
very front edge of the green.
Yep. And he 2-putt for par. And so it would have required literally either one of Phil or Lucas to
We would
chip it
have
in.
had a hole of chip
Yeah.
from like 20 to 30 yards.
Mm-hmm.
But and then so like the 18th green is like right next to the clubhouse, but it's like across the street. Like the whole like holes 1 and then the back 9 are all on one side of the street, and then 2 through 8 are on the other side of the street. So we were on the side of the street that was like across the street from the clubhouse, and so we all at this particular course we couldn't take carts. It was the same one we played last time, and so we all took push carts because we didn't want to carry our clubs. And like there's rocks, and so we had to pick our things up and carry it like over the rocks and then push it across the street. And he ended up buying us the burgers and cokes anyways, and he just took off.
Which was very
Which is
nice.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Shout out Jim.
Yeah, Jim's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
and
even
after we
though
all
none
ate,
of us, yeah,
I was just gonna say after we all ate, we ended up going back onto the course because we realized we never actually played hole 10.
yeah, because we started on 11, and so we never ended up playing 10. So we went back and literally like we could have played the whole course again. Like there was no ranger down there, and so we played the 10th tee. And I think did I hit first?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
was.
I went first. It's probably like 170 or something. No, it's
That
gotta be
was
like,
it.
No, it was like
No.
130-ish. It was just short.
Yeah, that one was much shorter. And so I hit it, and I hit like a line drive, but it was a nice
really
fade.
low. Yeah, really low
It was a
fade.
really low fade. So if you don't know golf, a fade is when you curve, or no, left to right.
Left to right.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, I mean, it was probably close to a slice, but it was a fade. And I sent it through these branches on a tree that was like, I don't that tree's in a terrible spot.
Yeah, it is in a tricky location, especially with the pin. The pin was like right behind it, but
Yeah.
you went through the very thick of the tree without hitting any really solid branches, and it just kind of ended up on the front end of the green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bounced off the tree, then landed on the green. Yeah.
No, it didn't bounce off the tree, Phil. It went through
Bounced
the branches.
right off the trunk.
Phil, I did that
gonna
once.
go to the road.
I am on Tyler's side in this one.
I sent
Bounced
it
straight
through
off
the
the
branches.
I heard the doink. I heard the.
No, I did that once today on Sunday. That was hilarious. This was on like the 14th hole or something. I hit it off the. No, it was actually my second shot. I hit it off this tree, and it just bounced right back on the green. And then apparently Jim was getting pissed at me because I couldn't find my ball.
Yeah, because Jim, Phil, and I were all like on our third and fourth shots near the end of the fairway around the corner, and you were still looking back for your second shot. And he was talking to Phil and I, and he's like, "Do you guys know the rule for how long you're only supposed to be looking for your balls?" And we're like,
2
"No."
minutes.
He's like, 3 minutes. How long has he been looking?
It was like a minute and a half.
It was like at least 5 minutes at that point.
There was no way it was 5 minutes.
It was so
And
long.
it
5 minutes.
It was
bro.
so long.
Okay, well, it turned out the ball was right next to the push cart, where I put because I just stopped the push cart and I just started walking around looking for the ball, and it was right next to it. But it was a bad lie, so it was tough to see.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's a good shot.
so it was a really lucky shot that it bounced back in. And I ended up 4-putting that green in regulation, which is when you put it on the green with that's 2 strokes under par, because it was a par 3. And
No, this was the
4-putting.
4, right? Or wait, no, you're talking about hole 10
this
again?
is we're back to hole 10. I ended up
This is par
4-putting.
3.
I don't know, it was kind of annoying, but
Yeah. Now
It
we
is
know
what
the
it
rule,
is.
though. Don't take 30 minutes to look for your ball, or else Jim is gonna wreck you.
Yeah, Jim was definitely playing speed golf.
Yeah. I'm gonna teach you
Jim,
guys to play some speedball.
he only mentioned that once, and that was on the 12th hole, so like the second hole we played, and he like
You only
sent
heard
it
him say
into
that
the woods.
once.
I only heard
that to me like 5 times.
I mean, the one time that I remember is on that
for your ball.
on that 12th tee when he sent it in the woods. He's like, "Here, this is how you play speed
Yeah,
golf."
he's like, I'm gonna teach you guys how to play.
He's
speed.
like, I'm gonna send it into the woods, drop it, chip in, putt for bogey.
It's because on the first hole, Tyler usually after every shot updates like his golf app to put in his yardages so we can know his distances. And that guy like finished with the hole, and Tyler was on his chip shot, and he's like, is he still looking at his app again?
Yeah, and I didn't use it for the rest of the time because I didn't want this guy getting pissed at me.
I thought he was just going to be chirping you the whole time. But.
Yeah, he would have. But then he ended up needing me to use it on the 18th green.
He's like, all right, pull out the app. Let me get the yardage.
Yeah.
I do remember he did say to me, I don't remember when this was, but he was like, "What's this Tyler kid doing?" And I was like, dude. Because he was so funny. I wish I could remember when he said that, but I don't know what you were doing. I don't know if you heard that, Lucas, but he might have just said that to me.
Do you remember which hole it was? Because
I do.
It was probably early on.
Yeah, it was. I do remember the hole, but I don't know how to explain it. So it was the hole. It was the hole where you were behind the tree, and then I think Lucas, you were right behind that one big tree.
Yeah, the big red one in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, and then I think you hit it, but it like bounced.
I think I heard that too.
All right. Well, back to the 10th tee. Phil, did you send it in the water?
I did.
Phil sent it in the water. Took his penalty. I tallied up the scores through 7 holes when we were eating our burgers. And I was up by 1 stroke, right?
With Phil.
When we were
over
eating,
Phil.
we played 7 holes or the 8 holes?
8 holes. Oh no, because
you hadn't counted the last one yet.
I hadn't counted the last one yet, so it was 8. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was up by 1
stroke. When we got on that 10th hole. When we got on the 10th hole, I was up by 1. And then I doinked it in the water, and then you can go on.
Yeah. Yep. And then so Phil takes his penalty drop, and I don't know. He ended up kind of playing hockey on the green with when putting, but I mean I did 4 putts, so. I ended up beating Phil by 1 stroke, and he's like, "Oh, I'd rather take a loss in golf than a loss in fantasy football," because Phil and I played each other in fantasy football this week.
Then 2 of my 4 best players got injured, like in their games. It's one thing to have an injury on the bench. It's another when they get injured during the game, bro. 2 of my 4 best players, dude. Literally, so Dalvin Cook, he got injured like halfway through the game. Had 20 points. He was destined for 40. I mean, he was destined for some greatness. And then Keenan Allen had 11 points, and he got injured in like the first quarter. Like he was destined for greatness too. Like why did this have to happen to me this week against you?
So we are recording this in the middle of Tuesday Night Football, which hasn't happened since 2010, I believe. And if everything holds true, I will beat Phil by 40 points. So if you if you think Cook and Allen could have made up those points, then
they were. I mean, based on the way things were going, they were going to get 50 more points if things kept going how they were going. So technically more, but I'm giving them some leeway because I don't think they would be perfectly like they were before.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then so the next morning, Adam Thielen had 2 touchdowns in the second half. And Phil, you weren't very happy because Cook got hurt, and you're like, oh, because Thielen wouldn't have gotten those 2 touchdowns if it wasn't for Dalvin Cook. But that's just,
which is true. I doubt he would have had as good of a game if Dalvin Cook continued to. Because I mean, how was he doing before Dalvin Cook got hurt?
I think he had 10. No, he had like 7 points or something at half.
And then Dalvin Cook got hurt, and then all of a sudden they can't
And
run
then
the
got
ball
2
every
receiving
single play.
touchdowns. Not 2 rushing touchdowns, Phil. 2 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah.
They have Alexander Madison, who did pretty well when Cook was hurt. Like, they have a good backup running back. So
yeah, but they clearly didn't trust him as much. I mean, if they trusted him, they would have ran the ball like every play like they did with Cook.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of annoying. They literally ran it every play.
Exactly.
Like the first
That's
few
why
drives.
I wanted Cook. That's why I wanted Cook. Also, this is a good part to say. You told me I scammed Davin. I really don't see how that's a scam.
Now that I looked at the trade, again. I think it was a pretty fair trade.
Yeah. I don't like to scam people unless it's Lucas. So
Davin,
I tried to keep it fair.
Davin felt scammed.
He felt scammed?
Only because he gave up Dalvin Cook.
Oh,
because he picked Dalvin Cook in the first round.
That's true. I give him my second and third first pick for his first. So obviously that doesn't automatically make it fair, but I gave him Aaron Rodgers to add to that because he didn't have a really good quarterback, like a reliable quarterback. So I gave him that too. Oh, it's Tyreek Hill and Todd Gurley.
Yep.
Those were my 2 big pieces. So yeah, Tyler doinked it off the tree onto the green, bounced right off.
I went through the tree.
And then Adam Thielen, of course, has to do good once Dalvin Cook. Because here's the thing, right? What's his name? I wanted him to be good, Kirk Cousins, but he really is not good. Like
no.
So Dalvin Cook was like destined for a lot of fantasy points this season with him at QB. So
I mean, he is the second leading point scorer for running backs.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have lost my first, second, and 6th round picks to injury. So
true. But I also lost Christian McCaffrey, which he's obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's a little different when they're injured on the bench than when they're injured during the game, because that's what's frustrating.
Oh, I mean,
if they're on the bench, then you did get scammed with Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas hasn't played since week 1, and Nick Chubb got hurt in the middle of last week and contributed to the loss a little bit. But it's nice to
at least Bell's back. Le'Veon Bell, he's huge. He's big. ... I'm willing to take him off your hands for if you want. Who do I have on my bench? I can re-pick up Sony Michel from waivers and trade Bell. No, I'm kidding. He's not that bad. But I don't know.
I have benefited from Mike Davis and James Robinson.
That's true. You have you definitely did benefit from the players that, like Mike Davis. I don't have any players, I don't think, that are like backups for people that are injured, except the running back I had this week, but I didn't have any faith in him, and I just needed to.
Jerick McKinnon put up 2.5 points, 0 rushing yards.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do for my running back, so I saw that he was having a decent season, so I need McCaffrey back so I can have Dalvin Cook and McCaffrey starting right next to each other. Oh, so good.
Yeah, and then Mike Davis will end up back in free agency. But literally this week, in one of my leagues, I had to start the Titans kick returner because I had Michael Thomas in my starting lineup, and the only other player I could have played there was Henry Ruggs, and he had already played by the time that Michael Thomas was ruled out. And this week I have Melvin Gordon, DeAndre Swift, Julian Edelman, Damian Harris and Robert Tanyan all on bye, and then Michael Thomas ruled out for punching a teammate and talking back to the coaches.
That's what he did?
Yeah.
He punched a teammate? I didn't know what he did. Oh my god.
Well, there was a physical altercation.
Jeez.
And so I picked up Khalif Raymond, who is primarily a kick returner for the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
And he has 3 catches all year. They were week 3 against the Vikings. 3 receptions for 118 yards.
Also, just real quick, yeah, it's official. I no longer have any chance of beating Tyler because AJ Brown already has a touchdown.
Yeah, and I'm also projected 184 points.
Well, here's the thing, right? If AJ Brown just got injured, like a couple of my players did, and then Jared Allen got like 35 points, and Stephon Diggs got like 35 as well. Yeah. Or Josh Allen got 40 points and Stephon Diggs got 30, then I would have, had a chance.
Yeah.
But since AJ Brown already has a touchdown, it's like, all right, no.
Yeah.
So, also, your kicker, bro. Why did your kicker get 15 points? Like, dude, kill me.
Because the Saints were kicking field goals the entire first half.
Yeah.
Kicking field goals or punting. Okay, you want me to run through the scores from this week? God. We don't even know. But
we can
speculate.
You can skip my score.
Yeah, so all right, so I am going to beat Phil comfortably. I'm currently up by 70 points, and he currently has Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Steven Gostkowski going against AJ Brown. So I don't know if they can make up 70 points, but crossing my fingers,
I think they could have, but because of AJ Brown, like if I was down by 70 with these 3, I would be like, I don't know. But because you have AJ Brown still to go, then it's like, all right.
As long as Derrick Henry does not get -5 points, then Christian will beat Klug, who has since changed his team name from Klug's Gay Guys to If You Beat Me, You're Gay. So Christian is already, he's already accepted that he's now gay because he beat Klug. Nick
still closeted though.
Yeah, Nick has a nice win over Davin. Nick goes to 4-1. Crazy. Even though, and both their defenses had negative points. Nick started the Niners against Miami, and Davin started the Chiefs against Vegas. But Davin goes to 1-4, and he's barely going to get over 100 points.
Yeah.
And Spencer has destroyed Lucas. Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
58-point win.
Is that even bigger than when I beat Lucas? Oh my god.
Well, in Lucas's defense, he did have N'Keal Harry starting at wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I did see that just now. What's up with that?
Well, I didn't fully comprehend the Patriots bye into the.
But also, it's N'Keal Harry. This is an 8-team league. What is he doing in a starting lineup? I will note that I have changed my name from the Chubby Boys because Nick Chubb's hurt to the Smart Packers because I got Devontae Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yeah.
Pretty gay.
In one of my other leagues, I have made it a tradition for my team name to be after like oldies songs, and so I have done "Don't Stop Believin'" with Le'Veon Bell, so it was "Don't Stop Bell Le'Veon." That one's pretty good. 2 years ago was Country Roads "Take Mahomes."
Oh, that's a good one. That's awesome. I like that one. Did you come up with
I don't know if I did. I might have.
Okay.
Sounds like a no to me.
I don't think I did. But this year I'm on Brown Eyed Girl because I got AJ Brown. I forget what my team name was last year. I'll have to come back to that. But it's nice to get a win because, I was talking about how there's no reason that this team should be 1-3. And now Phil and I will both be 2-3.
Yeah.
Which I feel like you feel your team's too good to be 2-3.
Because obviously I wasn't here last week, but I don't know if you said this last week. The fact that I had the second most amount of points, but in the league, but still ended up losing because the person I happened to play against. Yeah, I love how we were talking about that the week before. How I was saying that I hate when that happens, and then it happened to me. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will end a 3-game losing streak this week. So.
I will end a 3-game winning streak.
50 points for Josh Allen. Josh Allen's going to get 50 points tonight. A.J. Brown's going to suck for the rest of the night. Stephon Diggs is going to be the reason Josh Allen has 50 points, and he's going to put up his own 30, okay? Then I'm going to beat you, and then you're going to have a 4-game losing streak, and then you're going to cry. Like a little baby.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Yeah. Even though I have a 98% chance to win.
Milk I have, bro. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Okay. No, I hear what you're saying, or I hear what you're trying to say, but...
Yeah, I'm on it, baby. Look, Josh Allen right now is throwing a touchdown to Stephon Diggs. Just wait. It's going to be a 50-yard touchdown.
I don't have the game on. I was debating, because I was debating whether to watch this game or whether to watch the ALCS, which the Rays are up 2-0 at the moment in the series, so that's pretty nice because, everyone hates the Astros, myself included.
Do we think the Rays are going to win it all, or? I know most people I've talked to said the Dodgers.
The Dodgers, and I feel like whoever comes out of the National League is going to win it, but because the Braves went up 1-0 in the series last night.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how both these series play out. I mean, you gotta hope that the Rays are going to win tonight, go up 3-0, but also the Lakers won their 12th or 17th NBA title, depending on how you're looking at it.
Yeah, we can skip over that. So, I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
Luckily, ESPN's not talking about that much at all. They've been.
You know what? I do have one thing to say. I don't know. I mean, no one's really a soccer fan, but Tommy and I and Nick are. So Everton, Tommy's team, signed James Rodriguez, who is a world talent, but has been struggling over the past couple of years. And he came on the scene in the 2014 World Cup and has been struggling really ever since. And Everton signed him this year, and he's playing really well right now. And I've seen so many posts comparing James Rodriguez, which is spelled as if it's James, but it's James because he's Colombian, and then LeBron James. I've seen so many graphics of the two of them next to each other, because Everton's right now at the top of the table in the Premier League, and LeBron James just won his 4th title. It's so funny because all these soccer accounts are putting the two together, and they're just, I don't know, it's so weird.
Yeah, soccer is weird like that sometimes. You know what I mean?
You're kind of weird, Phil.
I know, thank you. What else was weird was, or you know what I liked, just real quick? I liked Tom Brady's little thing that he posted for LeBron.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas, did you like himself.
That? I didn't see it.
Put it. It was on Twitter.
Yeah, it was everywhere, bro.
And then it ended up on everywhere.
Yeah. Guess you're stupid.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, you want a stat update?
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Well, unfortunately we have not reached 350 yet. We're at 347 plays.
Oh.
But I was hoping to make it to 350. Last week, the episode with Klug, Tommy, and I got 22 plays, which is already top 10 most downloaded. And in the first hour and a half, it had 12 downloads.
That's awesome.
We think it's a pretty good episode. So if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. But so we didn't make it to 350 this week, but by next week we will. And another milestone I was hoping to get to this week, but we didn't, was $2 in ad revenue. We're at $1.98.
Oh.
Dude, the 2 cents, bro. What?
If we got those 3 more downloads, like we only needed 2 more downloads to get over that $1.98 to $2, and then we only needed 3 to get to 350. But I guess we'll have to wait till next week. It's unfortunate though.
Maybe if we did end up naming the podcast the 2 cents, we would have gotten those 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in another world.
Maybe, just maybe.
Yeah.
See, I mean, it was a good name.
Mhm.
I think
much better than the Cheeky Chatter. Cheeky Chatter sucks, bro.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, who came up with that?
What idiot came up with that?
Yeah, what dork came up with that? Lucas, huh?
What idiot would agree with that name?
Fair enough.
AJ Brown, 16-yard reception.
Yeah. Just wait. Like,
okay.
I don't know. Just wait.
And now they're in the red zone. Now they're in the red zone on the 2-yard line.
Yeah, they're gonna get stopped, and then Gostowski's gonna hit a field goal, and then it's gonna be beautiful. You know what I'm saying, baby? It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out fine.
Okay. Yep. I hear you.
AJ Brown's gonna like stub his toe and then be out for the game, and then my boys are gonna come in clutch and sweep you up like the trash you are.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
You know what? They're not. You're recycling, but they're not even gonna recycle you. That's how brutal it's gonna be. Okay, straight into the dumpster.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we'll make sure we mark these words.
Yeah.
I'll remember what you said here, and then when tomorrow morning comes and I check the score, I'll make sure I listen back to this before or while I'm editing, and realize, oh yeah, Phil knew what he was talking about. Yeah. Phil knew what he was talking about. He knew that he was going to overcome this 73-point deficit that he's got at the moment.
70 in the second. Gostowski. Am I right? Please. Just wait. At least I'm not losing by...
Derrick Henry, well... Yeah,
all right. You don't have to go that far.
At least I'm not losing by what?
Okay.
8 points? At least I don't have 110 points as my final score. Like a idiot. Like, imagine having that low. I've never seen a score that low before.
Starting N'Keal Harry? He didn't even play this week, Phil. Phil, he didn't even play this week.
I know. Even if he did, it's like, why are you starting him? But he didn't. So, like, what? I don't understand.
You know who else he started?
What?
You know who else he started?
Who?
He started Tyler Higbee. 2 receptions, 12 yards. Oh my god.
He broke 100 points now that I look at his team.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Dude, you should have seen the performance last week.
Should have started Jimmy Garoppolo.
I was going to say that. If he did, oh my god.
Jimmy Garoppolo, minus 0.92.
Jeez.
I mean, Lamar Jackson did only have 13.5, so...
I don't think I've ever seen, like, a starting quarterback get negative points, like, as their final score, and it not because of, like, an injury, so, like, they were injured, like, one pass into the game or something. Like, he played a decent amount of the game and still ended with negative points. That's the saddest thing ever.
They played the Dolphins.
And that, dude. Oh, that sucks, Lucas.
I saw this thing about how the Patriots' 2 wins this year are against the Raiders and the Dolphins, who just beat the 2 Super Bowl teams this week.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah. I just like to say real quick, because I know a couple human beings on the planet are a little bit hopeful for the Steelers. Before you get excited at all, just look at the teams that they've been playing against, and then you'll realize that the Steelers are not what you think they are. That's all I wanted to say. Literally, one person I know was like, Steelers undefeated, and I'm like, bro, I'd be undefeated too if I was playing against toddlers. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
That's all I have to say. I'm an anti-Steelers fan, in case you're wondering, listener.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, there's a reason why we don't like the Steelers, and yeah.
Yeah, there's not many teams I don't like. So even like teams that are kind of rivals with the Pats, I can stand. But the Steelers just they're off. I just hate them. So
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also Andy Dalton. Good luck, bro.
I know, Dak Prescott.
Yeah, dude, Dak.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the clip where Tony Romo was like, "Oh, hopefully it's just a cramp," because I mean he grabbed his calf at first, and then they panned him with his foot facing outwards when his knee was facing forwards.
Yeah, that was.
But also, I mean,
awful.
Alex Smith came back and played first time since November 2018. That was pretty cool to see, even though not only was he not expected to walk again, he wasn't he almost didn't survive at one point because he had an infection, and then he almost lost the leg too, and then now he's playing in the NFL again.
Yeah, that's a good story.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins is gonna get traded
for what? Like a can of grapes or something?
Yeah, I don't know. One of the teams that they were saying that you should go to is the Pats. I'm like, where would he fit in? We'd have 4 quarterbacks on the team.
Yeah. Was that a Pats fan saying that, or was that an analyst?
No, that was that was a post by ESPN or something.
What? Why would he go to the Patriots over some other teams I can think of, even though he's not good? That's weird. But
I don't know. I'm gonna see where I saw this, because it was a list of potential landing spots for him.
Patriots with Cam Newton out for not that long, they're gonna need a backup to their backup quarterback. Dwayne Haskins would fit in perfectly. What?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Dwayne Haskins?
Well, I don't think he would be a good fit.
What?
He sucks.
I don't think he'd be a good fit.
Yeah, exactly.
On the future Super Bowl team.
Was he going to the Chiefs?
Yeah, I think he's going to start.
As a Patriots fan, I heard me just say that. Who do we think is going to win this year? By the way, let's go to that. Who do we think is going to be the 2 Super Bowl teams, and then our winner? Let's throw out some predictions.
Chiefs, Seahawks.
Oh, that would be fun to watch. I haven't heard anybody say the Seahawks, mainly because
Seahawks are 5-0.
No, yeah, they are.
Ross with a nice comeback over the Vikings.
After Dalvin Cook got injured. Were you watching that game, by the way?
I watched the first half, but then this was Sunday night. I went and watched the last 18 seconds of the finals game because I was just watching the end of the game. Just to see the celebrations and stuff. And then I think I went to bed. So I literally had no idea that when I woke up that Adam Thielen had almost 30 points.
Let me recap a little segment of the game. So I don't remember who the announcer was, but whoever it was, so the second Dalvin Cook got injured, the announcer said, because the camera was on Dalvin Cook, and the announcer said the entire Seahawks team just jumped up and started getting all happy because they were getting like crushed at this point, I think.
Yeah,
or
no,
if
they
not
were.
crushed, they were losing. So
Yep.
as soon as Dalvin Cook got injured, they all started hopping up like little boys. Like, how sad is that? That you have to. The reason you get excited is because somebody gets injured. Like,
Yeah.
that seems super lame to me. But I would like to see them. I would like to see the Seahawks do something in the playoffs.
Yep.
I feel like everybody says the Chiefs for the AFC, but the NFC that's tough. That's tough. I think
I like how
I'm
people
gonna
think
go-
that like the Patriots are like the biggest threat to the Chiefs.
Yeah, some Patriots fans are like, they don't think with their head, they think with their heart, which is fine. But
I think this came out of an analyst's mouth.
oh my God, do you know who?
I don't want to name names, but it quite possibly could have been Max Kellerman.
Oh my God, dude, what? Kellerman, bro, what do you? He said stupider stuff. Or that's not even that crazy, but like,
No, it's not. But like, I mean, it's not like, I don't know. The AFC isn't that great.
That's true. That is true. But back to my prediction, I'm gonna go with Chiefs versus the Packers. I want to see Aaron Rodgers get there, and then I want to see him lose really badly. Because I used to like Aaron Rodgers, but all of a sudden he got this huge head and huge ego, and he said some stuff that's like, bro, what are you, LeBron? Like, stop bragging so much. And so now I want to see him fall. But I want to see him, I do want to see him get there. So that's my prediction.
Do either of you think the Ravens have a good chance of making it?
Lamar Jackson's not doing all that great.
It's still early, so I could see them making it, but
I mean, they
don't
could,
think
but like,
for them.
I mean, they lost in their first game last postseason. So
yeah, I just don't think this will be their year. But who's the second most likely team for the AFC? While you think of your prediction, Lucas, unless you have it.
I'm really not sure for AFC.
I mean, NFC. I mean, I don't
AFC,
see anyone else besides the Chiefs.
The Chiefs. I mean, the Bills could give them a run for their money, but like,
that's right. I am a big Bills boy, but I don't see it.
Realistically, no. And I mean, who knows? The Pats could sneak in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what the AFC is going to be weird.
Yeah. If a team upsets the Chiefs in the playoffs, I think that it's just gonna be really weird. And then whoever does make it to the Super Bowl, I feel like is gonna get steamrolled by whatever NFC team is.
Do you think the Saints could beat the Chiefs?
Saints almost lost to the Chargers.
Yeah, this isn't their season, but I could see them beating them. I could see them getting it together. They're one of the teams where it's like it's early in the season.
Well, and also, I mean, they haven't had Michael Thomas since week 1.
Yeah, so if he stops punching people, maybe they'll get a punch at the Super Bowl. Dude, I thought Michael Thomas was like a super, super chill guy. I didn't expect to hear that.
Well, I mean, apparently the main reason he was suspended was because he was talking back to the coaches after.
Must have had a bad day, maybe. That's what I'll hope for. Because I like him normally.
But he better be back next week.
Do you know who you play against next week?
Well, next week I could be playing one of 2 teams that I haven't played yet because there's only 2 teams. Like everyone's played everyone but 2 teams. So I haven't played Christian or Davin, so I'll have to see. So I'm playing one of those 2. I hope it's Davin, honestly. It is Davin.
But bro, don't you want to see Davin not be 1-5? Therefore, you don't want to play him. Therefore, I mean, come on, you don't want to be that guy.
No, because I want to be 3. Because I want to get to 3, back to 3-3.
I know. When I played against you this week, I obviously I want to win. But before the week started, I was like, if he goes to 1-4, that's gonna kill him. And I don't mind going down to 2-3 just to, so he doesn't go to 1-4. And then I started, putting in players that I didn't think were good, like McKinnon, and then so that way you would have a chance, And here you are, you won. There you go. So you're welcome.
Yep. Thank you, Phil. Thank you for letting me win.
You're welcome, dude. You're welcome. I told Delvin Cook to pretend to be injured.
And Keenan Allen.
Yeah, and Keenan Allen.
But why'd you tell Michael Thomas to punch his teammate?
Well, because his teammate was kind of getting me mad, and Michael obviously knows if anybody messes with me, they have to go through Michael first. So Mikey, he took care of him for me. Thanks, Mike.
Okay.
Oh, you're on a nickname basis?
Oh yeah. Big MT and I.
Do we want to go to ad break?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Welcome back from the ad break. I voted today. I have to send in my ballot. I got my absentee ballot, so
I'm actually gonna have to go home one more time to vote. So
did you request a mail-in or absentee?
No, I didn't.
Are you going to the polls?
Yeah.
What about you, Phil?
Information, and I prefer to keep it close to my chest. Okay.
Are you gonna Pokemon Go?
I'm gonna Pokemon Go kill myself in a minute. Right. So let's relax, bro. I prefer to vote for Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang is still in it. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, you can write anyone in.
Yeah, and he's going to win. Trust me.
Okay.
Just like I'm going to beat you in fantasy. Just like I'm going to beat you in fantasy.
No, we already know you're going to beat me. You're going to score 65 points more than I will.
Yep.
And it's going to happen. But, I mean...
Guaranteed.
Josh Allen might not want to throw interceptions.
I know, dude. I don't know what Josh is doing right now, bro. He's cute, though. Felt good.
Oh, boy.
Did the baseball game start yet?
The Braves are up 3-0 as of right now. And the Rays game starts at 8:40, so...
Oh, yeah, okay. That's okay. What are you up to
The Rays
tonight?
are actually up 5-0 as of right now.
Oh. All right.
So that's it. I mean, Braves-Rays matchup. I mean, so I don't know if you know who Coley Mick is, but he works for Barstool, and he's one of the guys on the Second 10 podcast. It's a good Twitter follow. And he's like, if the Lakers can count the 5 Minneapolis titles, then we should be able to count a Braves World Series title this year if they happen to win it. You know? Because they used to be the Boston Braves.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Shout out to Boston. Boston's just really just the best city of all time ever.
Yeah, there's nothing like Boston.
There are no homeless people.
Nope, zero.
It's the birthplace of... basketball was invented in Boston, and football, I think.
And baseball.
I didn't even know football. That. No, not football. I thought I read that on the.
I don't know, because I mean, it's where the Football Hall of Fame's in Canton, Ohio. Well, it was so. Oh, it's the birthplace of the National Football League, so I don't know where football was invented.
Okay. Well, to make up for that, I'm reading here, Boston is where the creation of anime began. So that's another big plus for Boston. Go anime. Am I right?
Nice.
Lucas loves anime.
What?
Especially the anime with the demon that we were talking about the other week. You know, yeah, Boston's just all around pretty good.
So Phil, you lowered your handicap from the when we played.
How
Lucas
much?
and I did not. Your handicap was 39 and it's now 33.
Let's go.
Ooh.
Wait, oh my god. Tyler, what's ours at?
Lucas, yours is 21, mine's 25, but that's for 9 holes, so if you have to double it, so for 18, which is like your actual handicap, 42 for you, 49 for me, 66 for Phil. But on the app that I use, Braves Up 5-0, it has a different it says that my handicap is 39. So I don't know. I did get a par though, so
I think the best I did that day was a bogey.
yeah, I don't have the scorecard with me, so I don't know. I can't look, but actually the last 2 times I played there, I parred the same hole. I played there 4 times, and 3 times I've been there, I've gotten a par.
My first par was on the front 9 of that course. It was a par 3. It was us 3 playing. The first time we all played, and the only time
I remember that.
And I hit a 7-iron like right onto the front of the green.
Oh yeah. My first ever par was with that father-son duo when we went, Lucas.
Mm.
My first hole-in-one was on that course too, on the one we
par
just
5
yesterday. Yeah, it was the par 5. Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, I think it was like 540 yards.
Yeah, I got really lucky with the.
You took what, putter off the tee?
Yeah, the putter and then the spin. I just put like so much spin on it. It just started like walking,
40
running to the hole.
42,000 RPM of front spin.
Yeah.
Top spin.
Yeah. It was a pretty lucky shot. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't skill completely.
But it did completely drain the hole. No bounces. It carried 541 yards and just sank it in.
Yeah.
And also, Lucas, you didn't use your driver at all either, did you?
Nope, didn't take it out once.
I didn't use my driver either because
my 3-wood was really good though.
I didn't play well with my 3-wood. My 6-iron was what helped me out, and I got to use my new wedges, which was really nice.
Those things are sick.
Yeah.
I feel like all the clubs I used, I played pretty well with.
Yeah, I need some long irons though.
So do I. I was actually like searching around
longer
online
than a 6-iron.
Single irons.
Yeah.
I was thinking of getting like a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I mean, I probably wouldn't get a 4-iron. I have my old set clubs because I have a 4 hybrid, so why do I wouldn't really need a 4 iron. So if I took my 3-iron from my old set, I could probably play with that. But also, I probably have pretty close to 14 clubs in my bag, so. And I'm not taking out my chipper. I love that club. I'm insane with my chipper.
Chipper's a nice club, but I feel like you can do the same thing with its 7 or 8 iron.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the feel that I have with that club.
Yeah, it is. It's like a mix of an iron and a putter, kind of.
Yeah, it's a weird looking club. It literally looks like a putter, but it's double sided. Not because you would play like you would share between a lefty and a righty because that's not allowed. You can't share clubs in golf. But it's as if you were like stuck and having to hit lefty, where it has the other side of the face where you could hit lefty from it without having to flip your club over. So at least that's an option. But I like that club. That's the club I hit my $23 shot with.
Nice. Yeah, dude, Phil's short game though, I don't know, on a different level. His chipping
Yeah.
era, just
I had some good little hits for my. I think I've mastered not mastered, but I think I've gotten an idea of how to like use the pitching wedge better, and like 9s and 8 irons and stuff. So yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna use a driver again, because every time I use a driver off the tee, it sucks. So I'm gonna iron.
Your
especially
driver
your
is like the
driver, it's
size.
really
The
hard to
driver,
hit.
yeah, the Big Bertha Warbird is
Old driver.
basically the size of our 3 woods.
It's like the same height, but a lot less wide.
Yeah, Big Bertha Warbird. I'm never switching that driver though. I don't care how bad it may seem. That is Big Bertha Warbird is my like only love in life. Okay, you guys don't want to know what I do
Yeah.
to that driver.
Phil's driver and
That
my
driver
Firebird
drives
are
me.
so close.
Phil, you're gonna have to get a new golf glove after you threw yours in anger when we were at the 4 kicks course.
I forgot about that. I still haven't gotten a glove. I forgot about that. I do need to get a new glove.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Phil, you can have my
did
glove
we
when
talk
I'm
about
done
that
with it.
course? Oh,
I think we
thank
did.
you. That's very kind. We talked about that. All right. That course, 4 kicks.
That course is absolute buns. Okay, maybe I'll play that course again. Maybe.
Dude, I would play it twice, 18 holes for the extra $5 just for the putting practice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my putting is god.
That's why you gotta use the putting mat that I gave you.
I gotta put in hours on the putting mat.
I'd say just all around, you suck at golf, Lucas. Not gonna lie.
That's pretty true. My handicap is 42.
Yeah. Even though you like end up beating us every time, you still aren't good compared to us. So you should get some practice.
Yeah.
And a lot of it. How close was I to beating you yesterday? Was I less than 10 strokes off, or was I farther than that?
So Lucas
I ended out 55.
Lucas shot 54.
Ooh, 54.
I had 62. You had 63.
Nah.
So it was 9 strokes.
I'll take it. As if Lucas is like a pro or something.
Only on 9 holes though, so that's more than a stroke a hole.
But like compared to when we played last time we were all home, Lucas won with the 66.
Jeez.
And Phil shot a 63. Like, I mean, this course is much easier than that one. And that I hate that course so much now.
It is a hard course. Oh,
that's such a hard course. And I didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't like anything that's hard.
Are you sure about that?
Clug would say different.
Oh yeah, Clug.
I know. I wish Clug was here.
I know.
Even though literally last week's episode was called "The Only Hosts Who Care" with Tommy, because it's me, Clug, and Tommy, and
I'm guessing in the description you didn't mention the fact that I am the reason why this show still goes. That's right.
The reason why this show still goes is because everyone else said they didn't want to do it, as in Lucas and Nick, or they want to do it less often. Clug and I still wanted to do it, but we weren't going to do it with 2 of us. And then Clug is missing the episode tonight.
Yeah. Shout out to the people who encouraged me to keep on keeping on with this podcast. You know who you are.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
I saw my friends listening to the podcast.
Oh my god. Tyler, did you just hear what Lucas said?
No.
That was classic. You'll hear it when you're editing. That caught me off guard, bro. I was like, Jesus.
Well, I mean, it caught me off guard too, because I didn't even hear
it.
Wow, Lucas. You like the podcast that much, huh?
What are we looking at for time here?
I don't
It's
know, probably around
8:17
an hour.
Eastern
Yeah, I know.
Standard
But,
Time. 38 seconds
We're
into the minute.
probably actually over an hour. So
def-
I don't know. Do you guys have anything else?
Just real quick, you guys probably talked about it last week, but I wasn't here, so I just wanted to say rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen, one of the best ever, and he was one of my.
When did he?
did it happen
It was-
before last week's podcast?
It happened like a few hours before you guys recorded last week's episode.
Oh, okay.
So I don't. Did you guys not talk about it?
It was really that long ago?
I doubt it.
Does it
Yeah.
feel like a full week?
Yeah, it was because on Wednesday I have my radio show, and the day before the show started, I requested that we play a tribute to Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, so rest in peace.
Yep.
That's all I had to say about that.
All right. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, then I guess that brings us to the end of season 2, episode 6. We're making our way through season 2
Downtown,
of
walking fast.
Cheeky Chatter podcast. Listen to the Cheeky Chatter podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. Make sure you leave a review on Apple Podcasts because we will read it on the show. Make sure you tell a friend about it. We are nearly at 350 downloads and $2 in ad revenue. So help us get there. And I mean, if this week's episode does as well as last week's, then we shouldn't have a problem with that. And make sure you're following us on social media, Twitter, Chatter Cheeky, Instagram, Cheeky Chatter Pod, TikTok, Cheeky Chatter Podcast, Facebook, Cheeky Chatter Pod. So I guess, with that being said, as they say on the legendary show Wipeout, and in the Cheeky Chatter Podcast, good night and big balls.